Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And it is the first Tuesday of a brand new month, which means we are talking new releases, specifically new 4K and new Blu-ray releases, the ones that I am most looking forward to this month. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into my most anticipated releases for August 2024. So I'll start off with the honorable mentions, as I always do, and just a couple of caveats before we get in it, in case this is your first time here. Number one, I have all my notes on my phone, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at, just at the notes I took. And then number two, all of the prices in this video are subject to change, of course. Now, they were accurate as of me doing my research a few days prior to this going live, but they can change on a dime. So just keep that in mind as I say the prices, as we're going through these. So we'll go through these in release order like we normally do. So coming out on August 20th, from Shout Select, we have Death to Smoochie. So this one is getting, from my research at least, the first Blu-ray release of this movie, at least here in the States. So very cool that this is coming to Blu-ray. I remember renting this on VHS from Blockbuster way back in the day, which is ridiculous, but I was probably too young, but I still enjoyed it. So I remember having a really good time with this. This is a black comedy, a dark comedy, but it's really good. So definitely recommend this one if you haven't seen it. For my money, I might hold off a little bit, maybe wait for that price to go down a touch, because it currently is $27.99 on Amazon, so definitely not a cheap one, but one I would really like to revisit at some point, and I don't think I have it on DVD. Actually, you know what? I think I actually own it on VHS now that I'm talking about it. I think I found that at the thrift store not too long ago. But anyway, yes, this is, like I said, the first Blu-ray release. So definitely worthwhile if you're a big fan. But for myself, because it's been a long time since I've seen it, I am going to hold off on this one. So again, that is Death to Smoochie coming from Shout Select on August 20th. And it's currently $27.99 on Amazon. Moving over to our first 4K title today. This one also releases on August 20th, which is frankly a gigantic day as you'll go through this. The end of the month it's very stacked, heavy at the end of the month. But the next one I'm going to talk about here is from Paramount Pictures, and this is the 4K release of Red Eye. So if you are a collector, you might remember back in, I want to say like March of 2023, the Paramount Presents line released Red Eye on 4K. However, that appears to be out of print at this point, which means it's going to be a little pricey. So if you don't care about having the spine number on it, right, the spine numbered release from Paramount Presents, then you can go this route. It is a lot cheaper. This one is currently $23.19 on Amazon. Now, if I was smart, I would already have this pre-ordered because I wouldn't want to miss out on it again. But for my money, I saw this movie once. It's a Wes Craven directed film, and I saw it one time. I rented it again from Blockbuster by happenstance, and I enjoyed it, but I don't know that this is one that I really need to upgrade to 4K. I own the DVD of it already. Is that sufficient? Probably not, but I don't know. I'm torn on this one because I don't remember loving it, but I remember liking it. So I'm not sure which way I'll go with this. I'm still debating on whether to pre-order this one or not. But either way, it comes out August 20th from Paramount Pictures. If you missed out on the Paramount Presents version of it, this is a significantly cheaper way to go based on, the fact that the other one appears to be out of print. So $23.19 on Amazon, a really good price. And the other important factor here that I forgot to mention is that the discs appear to be the exact same. The special features on this new release appear to be the exact same as the previous release. So that's always a good thing. The only thing you're missing out on is that cool Paramount Presents slipcover, but for my money, that's just not worth the extra cents. So I'm going to go with this version if I go with any of them. So next up, also on August 20th, this is being released by Cinedigm, and it is a random horror movie that I'd never even heard of until doing research for this video. But it's called Creepypasta, and it's getting a Blu-ray release on, like I mentioned, August 20th. So this one just sounds really interesting to me. It's about this guy who wakes up in this warehouse or wherever it is, and he has no idea how he got there. And in order to find clues on why he's there and how to get out, he has to watch all these creepy viral videos. So yes, please, I love things like this, so I'm definitely interested in this. Now, as I was doing my research, it turns out this is actually also available on streaming through Amazon Prime Video. So if you have Prime like I do, you can watch it that way, and that is the way I will watch this first before spending the money on the Blu-ray. So this is currently $16.59 on Amazon. So if you don't want to stream it or you don't have Prime Video, definitely not a bad price for this if it sounds interesting to you. But for me, I'll give it a shot first, make sure I like it, and then add it to my physical media collection after the fact, assuming that I think it's worthwhile. So that one is Creepypasta from Cinedyne on August 20th. So we'll move 1 week ahead, August 27th, we have the 4K release of The Watchers. So this one is being released by Warner Brothers, and it's a movie that passed by me in the theaters. I have no idea how I missed out on this because I really want to see it. It just sounds interesting by itself because it is about this woman who gets basically stuck in this Irish forest. She ends up finding shelter with some other people, and then this creature starts to attack them at night. Like, that's right up my alley. I'm sure I will enjoy this one at least a little bit, but the real reason I want to get this one and see this is because it's directed by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, who also co-directed with him on, I almost said Nope, but it's the other one, Old. And that I really enjoyed. So I'm very intrigued to see what she can do on her own. So that's the real reason I want to grab this one. But this is a weird one because I'm almost tempted, even though we do have a 4K release of this, I'm almost tempted to go the Blu-ray route because it is notably cheaper to grab the Blu-ray than the 4K. I think the 4K is $37.49 on Amazon right now, whereas the Blu-ray release, it's only $22.95. So that's a significant difference. When you're buying as many new things as we tend to do, that's a significant amount of money. That's a whole new Blu-ray release, right? And so that's why I'm debating. I might just go the Blu-ray route with this if I want to see it, unless I can find it streaming first, and if I love it, then I'll grab the 4K. But I might grab this on Blu-ray. We'll see. That might be a hot take because if it's available on 4K, I typically always grab the 4K, but you might see that rear its ugly head a little bit later on here on this list. But anyway, that one sounds interesting. So like I said, $37.49 for the 4K and $22.95 for the Blu-ray. Whichever way you want to go, hopefully it'll be a good one if you're someone like me that hasn't seen it yet. Now, last but not least here, this is actually going to represent 5 different releases. And frankly, I'm pretty frustrated with this because it's all part of the Kino cult line. Now, if you guys follow the channel, you know that I've been trying to collect all of these as they come out. And to date, I do have all of these releases. You haven't seen one yet because it just came out in July and I haven't done my haul video. But up to now, I have everything. And in the past, we usually got maybe 1 release a month, maybe 2. Well, for some reason in August, Kino has decided to release 5 titles at one time on August 27th, all on Blu-ray. So this officially marks the time where I tap out, and I am no longer going to be collecting the entirety of the Kino cult line. At least that's how I see it today, because all 5 of these are releasing on the same day. That's just too much for one day of releases, plus the other things that I'm interested in, because all of these are $17.49 a pop. So I'm really disappointed. I don't know why they decided to release all of these at one time, but it is what it is. The other thing that gets me is I already own 3/5 of these on a boutique Blu-ray line. I actually own them all from Scream Factory. So I just have no interest in double dipping on these, especially for movies that, 1, I've never even watched yet, and 2, they look like lower budget B movies from the 1970s. Mind you, they all look fun, all movies I would love to have in my collection, but since I already own 3 out of the 5, I'm not going to grab those. So anyway, I am talking about spine numbers 10 through 14. So we have spine number 10, The Food of the Gods, and I own that one already. Spine number 11, Empire of the Ants from 1977. I should mention Food of the Gods is from 1976. And then that one I don't own, Empire of the Ants. And then we have spine number 12, which is Frogs from 1972. I own that one. And then spine number 13, Squirm from 1976. That one I also own. And then spine number 14 is Kingdom of the Spiders from 1977. I actually owned that one on on DVD. It was a super low quality DVD, and I ended up selling it on eBay not too long ago, but that one is getting the Blu-ray treatment. So, like I said, all of these are $17.49 each on Amazon right now. If you're going to continue collecting that line, power to you. For my money, I just don't want to spend $17.49 on a double dip for something I already own on a boutique Blu-ray. So that's where I'm tapping out. But let me know what you guys are doing with the Kino Cult line. So that is a ton of honorable mentions this month, but those are the ones that I've not yet pre-ordered, and frankly, the ones I'll probably end up passing on as the month goes. Maybe, an exception here or there. But now let's go into, actually not my top 5, but this month, we're going to look at my top 6, because I already have 6 items pre-ordered. I figured I would just include them all in here. So let's jump on now to number 6. All right, so coming in at number 6 is Watchmen Chapter 1 from 2024, and this is being released on 4K from Warner Brothers on August 27th. Not only 4K, of course, it is also getting a Blu-ray release, which is going to have play a part here in a couple seconds. But anyway, like I said, I didn't know this one was coming out, but I read the graphic novel to this maybe 2 years back now, I think it was, and while I enjoyed it, I don't think I loved it as much as most people do, because a lot of people will say it's the greatest graphic novel ever written, and that's fine, I understand that, but for me, I just didn't connect with it as much as I was hoping. I liked the movie that was done many, many moons ago now. I enjoyed that, but I'd not read the graphic novel before that, so that's probably why I enjoyed it where most people didn't. But with this, it looks like they're going to take their time. I have no idea how many chapters they're going to do with this, and instead of just being smart and waiting until the end until you have the full story, I do want to pick these up as they go, just because I'm super interested to see this movie and see what they do with an animated adaptation of this. So that's why I decided to grab this one. Now, here's where things get weird once again. Remember how I was talking about with the Watchers, how the 4K is significantly more expensive than the Blu-ray? Same sort of applies here. Now, it's only about an $8 difference this time out, but still, again, with everything else I want to grab this month, I am going to save a few bucks and I'm going to grab the Blu-ray. That's what I have pre-ordered right now, is the Blu-ray. And frankly, I like how the cover art on the Blu-ray looks more than the 4K anyway. Not at all a deciding factor in what I was going to purchase. It all came down to the dollars and cents, but I just think that's something worth pointing out. And I'll mention, they both have the exact same audio track, that DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 track. Now, of course, the 4K does have HDR10 color grading, which I will be missing out on the Blu-ray. But in terms of special features on this release, there are 2 of them, and both of them are on the Blu-ray and on the 4K. So there's nothing exclusive to the 4K that I'm missing out on, which, again, for $8 extra, I'm just going to stick with the Blu-ray. Now, mind you, if that 4K does drop down and it's a little bit cheaper, maybe I'll change my pre-order as this date gets closer. But for now, I have the Blu-ray pre-ordered, and let me know how much of an idiot I am down in the comments to do that, but that's the way I decided to go with this one. So again, this is Watchmen Chapter 1 from 2024, releasing on August 27th on 4K and Blu-ray. The 4K is $32.99 on Amazon, while the Blu-ray is only $24.99 on Amazon. So that's really where my determining factor was. So that comes in at number 6 this month. Number 5 this month is going to be Hannibal Rising from 2007, and this one is being released by Lionsgate as part of their steelbooks that they're doing this month, coming out on Blu-ray on August 20th, and these are all Walmart exclusives. So unfortunately, with all of these horror movies that they're re-releasing on the steelbook packaging, none of them are upgrades. They're all still Blu-rays, which is a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. So for my money, because you have Hannibal Rising, you have Sinister, which is a movie I absolutely love. I Spit on Your Grave 2010, love that remake. You have Texas Chainsaw, which not many people love that one, but we also have one more, and I'm going to forget it, so I need to look. You're Next. I keep forgetting that one. So, which is another movie that most people love. I saw it once and I didn't love it, but that's just me. But for my money, I decided that I'm not double dipping on these for the steelbooks. That's just too much money to spend. So I am just going to grab the ones that are interesting to me, the ones that I don't already own. Hannibal Rising is one of them, and then I do have one more that I didn't mention in that list I just talked about, and I'll talk about that in another entry here. But yeah, a lot of people are going to grab these, and I totally understand it. They look really cool. They're all in a very similar theme, so power to you if you want to grab those. I think they look awesome and I totally understand it. But yeah, this is the only Hannibal film in that franchise that I don't own. So it just makes sense. And if you buy one of them, you have to pay an extra like $7 for shipping on Walmart.com. So might as well just, spend the extra money and grab both of, two of them, the two I didn't own on Blu-ray. That way I don't have to pay for shipping. So it just made sense in my head. But anyway, as someone who doesn't own this already, the fact that there are quite a few special features on this release is really exciting to me. But that said, these are all special features that were from the prior releases. I didn't see anything that listed any of these as new. So it is what it is. Again, if you don't own these, great. But if you do, you specifically are double dipping for the packaging, which I know is fine. If people want to do that, that's great. But yeah, so this one looks awesome, and it is currently $22.96 at Walmart for that steelbook. Looks really cool, and I don't own it. Might as well add it to the collection. This comes out on August 20th. This is Hannibal Rising, hitting Blu-ray steelbook from Lionsgate, the Walmart exclusive. Number 4 this month is a movie that I've wanted to see for a very long time, and I'm really excited that it's getting a 4K upgrade from Kino Lorber on August 27th. This is Sudden Death. So this film is from 1995, and it stars Jean-Claude Van Damme as a person who is, I don't know if he's a cop or what he is, but he's trying to stop these terrorists that are about to set off a bomb at Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Like, that's awesome. And that's the reason I've always wanted to see this, is because I'm such a big hockey fan. And that tie-in with an action movie, it's kind of like, feels like Die Hard, but set at a hockey arena during the Stanley Cup Finals. Yes, please. That just sounds like a ton of fun. So, and I've always heard really great things about this. So that's the reason I want to grab this one. So this 4K release is getting a new 4K scan from the 35mm original camera negative. With that, it's getting a Dolby Vision color grading along with HDR10. So that's awesome to see on there. And then on the audio side, it's coming with a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 track. Now, the only downside to this one, and frankly, I probably should have moved this a little bit up the list, because the only new special feature on here is a commentary track. And it looks like it's going to be with 2 action film historians. So maybe it'll be fun. I have no idea. But there is one other archival bonus feature on there. I believe it's some interviews, but that's it. Now, that's kind of par for the course for this one on HD, because the Blu-ray release of this has its bare bones also, so no special features on it. So, hey, beggars can't be choosers. At least we're getting something here to commemorate this movie a little bit more than it already is with this 4K upgrade. So, not a ton, keep that in mind, but at least there's something. So this one is currently $27.99 on Amazon. So excited to grab this one. This is Sudden Death from 1995, coming out from Kino Lorber in a 4K upgrade on August 27th. All right, let's go back to those steelbooks, because number 3 is the only one I didn't mention earlier. So of course, this is another Walmart exclusive steelbook. This is coming to Blu-ray on August 20th from Lionsgate. We have Wolf Creek. Now, to my surprise, I only own Wolf Creek on DVD, and I love this movie. It is from the torture era, which is really my era of horror films, because that's when I graduated in 2004, so I was just watching all of those movies at that point and loving all of them. So for me, this is a great movie, and I'm super excited to finally upgrade this to Blu-ray. I was looking at Amazon to see maybe the standard Blu-ray is a lot cheaper, and I'll just grab that, but nope, it's like $20 on I said Amazon, I meant eBay. It's not available on Amazon that I saw, but I did check eBay, and it is like $19.99 there. So it's not much cheaper at all, because this release is only $22.96. So I might as well spend the extra $3 and get that really cool packaging and a new copy of it. So yeah, really excited for this. Again, no new special features that I'm able to see here, but at least there are some, including a making of documentary, which is really cool on this steelbook release. So this thing looks great. Cannot wait to upgrade this one. I have Wolf Creek 2 in my eBay cart right now. I'm just waiting for the person to get back from vacation, and I do plan on pulling the trigger on that one because I don't think I've seen the sequel, only the original. But anyway, excited for this release. This is Wolf Creek from 2005, hitting Lionsgate Steelbook Blu-ray on August 20th. Again, this is a Walmart exclusive. So let's wrap up this video, my top 2, with theatrical releases that I've seen this year that I've really liked. So coming in at number 2 is going to be Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. This one is coming from Warner Brothers on August 13th, and of course it is getting that 4K treatment. So I saw this movie in theaters, and I'll admit, it took a little bit for me to get into it, but after maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, I loved this movie. I think this one is so good. It is right on par, maybe a step behind Mad Max Fury Road, because I loved Mad Max Fury Road also. But this is a prequel leading directly into that, so I cannot wait to get this one home and watch both of these back to back. Anya Taylor-Joy is awesome as Furiosa, and Chris Hemsworth in the leading antagonist role. Yes, please. This movie's great. I am so excited to see how this one sounds and looks on my 4K setup because it is getting that full Dolby Vision and HDR10 color grade with a Dolby Atmos audio track, which you would expect from something like this. So this is going to be an awesome release. Now, I'm fortunate enough that I did pre-order the Steelbook immediately when it was announced, so I did get that one pre-ordered. Unfortunately, now if you want that Steelbook, it looks like you do have to go to the secondhand market because it's not available on Amazon. But who knows, when it releases, maybe it will come back in stock, but right now it's not. So currently the slipcover edition, which is the only one available on Amazon, is $29.95 right now. I think I paid $34.95 for the Steelbook, so not a ton more, and I think it looks awesome. For a movie I absolutely adore, definitely grabbing the Steelbook version of this. I'll also mention, this is kind of a unique release where you get some bonus features on the 4K that are exclusive to the 4K, so not available on the Blu-ray. So that said, there are, I believe, 2 special features that are on the Blu-ray, and then you get those 2 on the 4K, plus 3 additional special features. So that's interesting. It's definitely incentive to spend the extra money to get the 4K, so I'm fine with that. I think that's awesome, and I'm getting 5 additional bonus features, which is really cool for a movie I really love. So cannot wait for this release. This again is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga from 2024, hitting 4K from Warner Brothers on August 13th. And let's wrap this up with another movie I saw this year that I really enjoyed. This is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes from 2024. This is coming from Disney Buena Vista on 4K on August 27th. Now, this movie, I feel like, gets a lot more hate than it deserves. I don't know why people just really don't like this movie, but that's fine. You don't have to love it. You don't have to like it even. I really enjoyed it, so I cannot wait to revisit it. To me, so Wes Ball is the director of this one, and it's funny because Wes Ball also directed another franchise that I think is incredibly underrated with Maze Runner. I think that's one of the best, dystopian YA or teen sci-fi, fantasy, or whatever, sci-fi flicks that's out there right now in terms of anything recent. I think he did an awesome job with those. Each movie is distinct and unique, and I love that. With this isn't the tale of Caesar anymore, right? We pick up years and years later with a whole new clan, a whole new tribe, and things are a lot different. And so while it's not on the same level as what Matt Reeves, 2 of the 3 that he did, right? It's still a really great film. And I just love this idea, this franchise. You guys know it's one of my favorites. So I cannot wait to revisit this one again, regardless of what most people think of it. I love this. And again, I did grab the Steelbook as soon as it was announced. Now, fortunately, if you care about the Steelbook, this one is currently still available on Amazon. This one is $34.96 on Amazon for the Steelbook, and then the standard 4K, somehow, this is so weird, but that's actually marked at $49.99, so it's more expensive, which makes 0 sense to me whatsoever. I'm sure that'll, fix itself before it releases, but it's super weird. Anyway, this one is also getting HDR10 and Dolby Atmos, no Dolby Vision for some reason, which I think is really strange, but is what it is. And then on top of that, what's really cool about this, and why I have this one at number 1, is because one of the bonus features on here is an alternate cut of the film, and it's the raw cut. So that means you're going to see the actual actors that are playing the apes before the CGI is put onto it. That is fascinating to me. I am so excited to see this one as just a novelty. I think that's super cool. And then you do get, is it 1 or 2? You get deleted and extended scenes along with a making of featurette. So this one is loaded with special features, which is why I ended up putting this one at the top of my list. Even though I probably enjoyed Furiosa a little bit more, I still really liked this one. So super excited for this release. Again, this one comes on August 27th from Disney Buena Vista on 4K. We have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and that wraps up all 6 of my most anticipated releases for August. All right, August is looking like a great month for my money, so I cannot wait to add these new ones to my collection. But fortunately, we don't also have the Criterion Collection sale going on at the same time, so I can actually afford these ones. But anyway, I forgot. I want to talk about how much, if I were to buy all of these, how much I would actually be spending, which this number this month in particular is especially inflated because I am not grabbing those Kino Cult titles, which I did include on here, as you guys are probably seeing now. But the total for this month for everything I talked about in this video is $361.53. So definitely not a cheap month, but keep in mind, like, what, $80 to $90 of that are ones that I'm definitely not getting. And then all of those honorable mentions. The only one that I really might grab is The Watchers, just because I'm very interested in that. But yeah, so anyway, cannot wait to add these ones to my collection. But I want to hear from you guys down below. What are you looking forward to grabbing most this month? You have anything pre-ordered already? I've been big on pre-ordering ever since Best Buy shut down their movie section. I've been doing a ton of pre-ordering on Amazon. But anyway, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. So thank you for leaving any and all comments down there. I really appreciate that support. As always, before you guys take off, if you could just hit that like button, that engagement really does help me out. But with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end here. I really do appreciate you. Before you go, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. I will catch you all next time.